It's Call of Duty season. Every November, we're gifted with a whole new, reimagined COD experience. This time around with Vanguard from Sledgehammer Games, who last produced COD World War II in 2017. With every studio comes new features that are paired with new setting toggles that can be changed and modified to fit best to one's playstyle. Many don't realize how essential it is to have the correct settings toggled. Some things need to be turned on, some things need to be turned off, while some things just need to be adjusted. Doing so is absolutely guaranteed, no BS, to increase your performance for the better. In this video, we'll be taking you through Vanguard's new interfaces of settings and toggles, showing the exact settings you need to have enabled, disabled, and adjusted to your personal liking and why. These instructions will guarantee you the best experience while playing Vanguard, all while putting you at your best advantage for all of your gunfights. This year, Carnage will be your #1 source for Call of Duty Vanguard content, including guides, tips, and secrets, but more importantly, and as you guys know us best for, some of the craziest challenges and gameplays, providing you with the best entertainment possible. With that being said, make sure you aren't a part of this 77% that is a regular viewer of our content, but just simply forgot to hit that red subscribe button. Let's get this video to at least 1,000 likes as fast as possible for another Vanguard video. And though this isn't really a setting, it will certainly improve your endurance, focus, and reaction time, and that is G Fuel Energy. They've even got some great starter packs available right now so that you can try it out at a cheaper cost, all while using code KARNAGE for 30% off everything for a very limited time. So now would be the best time to buy. Code KARNAGE at gfuel.com or click the link in the description. But with that all being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the best settings to use in Call of Duty Vanguard.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Karnage channel. My name is Karnage. I'm going to show you guys the best settings on Call of Duty Vanguard. The game just came out now, literally a few hours ago. So if you guys want the best settings for your PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, all that other good stuff, here's all the settings you need to do to have the best gameplay and all the optimization, all that good stuff. So first things first, make sure you open up your controller, your settings, open up options, and then just choose controller or keyboard and mouse. I'm using controller, it's the easiest way to go for me. And sensitivity, this is very personal preference based, but I would make sure your horizontal and vertical are the same one, more or less. And just don't do anything crazy high in sensitivity. Don't do like 20, and also don't do 4 or like 1. It's kind of pointless. But like a good middle ground. Obviously, it's based on your preference. And then just personally, I go with 8. It's a good settings. And yeah, that's pretty good. And multipliers for air vehicles and ground vehicles, it's not a big a deal. It doesn't matter too much. Just keep it at 1. ADS sensitivity multiplier, this like helps when you're moving in game on the actually ADS your sensitivity. I personally keep this at 0.9. That's the way to go. And then this one just turns off because sensitivity per zoom, like that doesn't matter too much. It just basically means you're changing the ADS sensitivity per actual scope, which is kind of useless. And but yeah, this is pretty important. So personally, I have a scuff, so for me I just use default flipped. But if you don't have a scuff, I'd recommend using something like bumper jumper, stick and move, all that good stuff, so that way you can jump shot, drop shot, and just slide cancel, all that good stuff a lot easier. If you have a scuff, it doesn't matter too much what controller you use, same thing. I personally prefer flip, that way I can also shoot and aim a lot quicker since there's no delay. Vertical aim on foot is standard, keep it standard. Aim response curve type, this is linear, that's the best way to have aim assist in game. Turn off vibration, a lot of people have it on, it's completely useless, it just throws off your aim, there's no point at all. Open fire threshold, let's keep this on. ADS, this is supported. This is like a setting that they added in low key. It's on default instant, which is good, but make sure you don't change this by accident. Basically, it literally will slow down your ADS time, like your transition to ADS, which is kind of crazy. And this is same thing, keep this as 1. Stick layout, same thing, just keep this as 1 if you have, or as default, or if you have like a preference, just change it up. But personally, I think this default is the way to go. Orientation, just do up. I think it's literally for people like who play backwards controller and stuff like that, like UDG. You guys know Carnage UDG. And then here we have the dead zone. This is basically if you have stick drift on your controller, if your controller like moves around on its own. I change this up, make it like based on your controller. Literally the way you would want to do it is just like make sure number 1 is your max input is 99 always, and change it like to 10, 13, or whatever you want to have. Just change it based on how strong your dead zone is. I can't really tell you too much what to do, just it's kind of based on you. Make sure your target aim assist is on, and there's different settings for aim assist. Precision is the strongest, focusing is the second strongest, and Black Ops is like okay. If you're new to Call of Duty, you're new to the game, and you don't want to get like very little aim assist, I do precision. But if you have an issue with like aim assist dragging you too much, like left to right, without you wanting it to control you, I just do focusing. And obviously, if you think you're just that fucking good, then just do Black Ops. And then ADS aim assist, obviously keep this on. Weapon mount activation doesn't matter too much. It's just how you mount on stuff. It's just ADS and right leg for me. Weapon mount, movement exit. This is like a movement, like it's not a cutscene, but it's like a movement thing to getting out of weapon mounting. So I just turn this off so it's like less. Blind fire, you can just keep this on. There's no point really turn it off. And then here, auto sprints. If you're playing on bigger maps and like you play tactical, all that stuff, and it's like very slow paced, you can do auto tac sprints or auto sprints. Person has to do automatic sprints. It really doesn't matter too much. And then auto move forward. I think this is just like it's kind of pointless to keep it on because then it's gonna make you move all the time, even when you're idiot, when you're stationary. Sprint cancels reload, keep that on. I personally prefer having it on. I know people don't, but it's good so you can reload cancel really easy. You sprint and it cancels your reload. Sprint door bash, 100% want to keep this on. So when you actually go through the doors and just bust through them, and it's just a lot easier. You just want to keep that on. Slide behavior, let's keep this on hold. That way you can just cancel your slides really easy just by letting go of circle or whatever button you use for sliding. Sprint tactical behavior, just toggle. In that type of behavior, I just do hold, so you don't like actually have to like toggle. It's a lot better to do hold, in my opinion. Movement behavior, I just do hold as well. A lot of these are really just hold and tap to reload and just toggle. It's pretty basic stuff. Now, graphics, this is really important. Safe area, just keep this like the whole monitor basically more or less. Unless you have to make a big TV, you want to make it smaller. Brightness, just do it based on your preference. I kind of like having high brightness. Color position is basically just to help with like actually visual effects and stuff to seeing the game. So I personally just have this just how it is by default. Now field of view, this is very important. The way you see the actual game, like as you can see here on the right side, this is how you see the game based on the FOV you have. Personally, it makes zero sense to have 60 FOV or 80, just crank it all the way up. If you're having frame rate issues, then I'd lower it to 100. And if it's like your first time ever using FOV, just put it at like 100, just as a good starter one. By default is 80, but 80 is too low in my opinion. And make sure your ADS field of view is affected. That way when you're actually aiming down sights, you actually will have that field of view still sticking there. Camera movements, keep this at 100%. Motion blur for both weapon and worlds, make sure you turn those off because it literally gives you a headache. Like it's literally just unnecessary shaking. It's completely pointless in my opinion. And depth of field, turn this off as well because there's no point having that visual effect of like the screen shaking while you're shooting. It kind of makes zero sense to me. Obviously, if you want to have like more realistic stuff and more realism, turn these on, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna give you a headache. And that wraps up for the graphics. Now audio. So obviously this is a lot of personal preference. I personally do not like having music volume because it kind of distracts me from the game. Same thing with dialogue. If when it's super loud, it's just obnoxious. The main thing you need is sound effects volume. Just turn that up, and then master volume. Just do it based on your preference. And then the same macro sound effects like before. We can do classic or Vanguard. And if you have headphones, like you have those like nice expensive headphones, make sure you have it on the headphone settings and not the home theater. By default, it's home theater, so make sure you turn that off. Mono audio, make sure you turn that off so you can have left and right audio. Voice chat, keep it on if you want to listen to game sound. If you don't care for game sound, you don't want to talk to your enemies, talk to your teammates, then turn that off. And obviously it's based on preference. And yeah, more or less, these things are pretty basic. I would turn on subtitles if you're going for camos and want to destroy streaks and all that stuff. But yeah, more or less guys, this is the end of the settings video. That's all you need to get the best settings in Vanguard. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know if you guys want to see some more Vanguard gameplay. And yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace out, guys.